So this is our dining room search, and it's the only search that I let Roxie on leash, and she jumps right in, and she starts picking up odor pretty early. This is actually the hide that we ended up missing. So you'll see she's got interest. It might be pooling. It must be moving. She keeps moving. And then I probably missed an opportunity to call it right there. But she really didn't stick it out. And she kept moving. And then she kind of gave me one head back whip. But then she moved on. So I didn't call it. And that was actually a missed hide. But she picks up this next one. She's working it. I just want to make sure that she gets to it before I call it. And she's still moving around a little bit, but then she burrows under and I start to hear that breathing. So I call it, and it's the right call. So that's our first hide, even though that was the second technically. So she moves on pretty quickly, and she's picking it up right there on the chair. I call that pretty quickly. So that was hide technically number 3, number 2 for us. And then she starts working the other part of the room. She's looking around, still searching. She's showing some interest in this area again, but again, doesn't really clearly indicate, shaking off a little bit of odor. And I wasn't really sure if that odor was coming from a different side of the table. And there she is picking up something. So I wait her out, and she finds it right underneath the chair. So I call it. That's technically could have been hide number 4, but it was hide 3 for us that we called. And it was unknown. So actually it wasn't unknown. It was a range 0 to 4. They gave us 3 minutes for the search. So I'm trying to see if there is that 4th hide. In my mind, it could have been in that initial area, but she didn't clearly indicate, so I want to make sure that she's getting to all of these other chairs that are in between the other areas that we have already covered. So I'm using up the time, trying to get as many of the hides as possible. And unfortunately, she never really indicates again on another area, and she doesn't really go back to that initial hide and give me any indication. So I've cleared the area. I got my 30-second warning, and I decide to call it. And I call finish, and it lets me know it was 3 out of the 4.